and grew up a member of this church, along with the other Tipples children, Midge and Bill and Jane. Where's Jane? She had Jane Ledford is the big sister and Ted little sister.
Big sister. Big sister.
Big sister. Carol's the baby.
I'm always the youngest.
Always the baby. Life in the church. Carol and her husband Larry were married by Jack Wilhelm, and they raised their daughter Flynn and her family in this church. It's just a family thing. Starting back in 1865, when one of their relatives helped start this First Presbyterian Church. Carol served as an elder from 1988 to 1991, and was an elder again and served as clerk of the session in 1999 when Jack Wilhelm retired and Steve Rhodes came in the interim. She's been an administrative assistant in the church office for John Cole, Pamela Rucker, and now for Ellen. Following Carol's activities in the church is like a snapshot of the church life at the time. She helped start lots of new efforts and aided existing ones. She taught Sunday school for over 25 years, good Lord, and has been a faithful member of the worship committee. When the old witness and service committee was split into congregational care and mission, Carol chaired the mission committee. Some of us still have the 2 cents a meal pots she helped the children paint back in 2005. It's the same offering we took up today to help feed the hungry. We still work on them. And Carol and Jamie Brum helped get our church involved in the first Relay for Life events that they had in Pulaski County. They would come up with a theme, and they'd get all of us and all the kids together, and they'd paint the props, and they'd plan the games to raise the money, and they'd organize the turnout, and it was an all-night walk at that time. First Presbyterian Church always won the best decorations. We always had the best costumes. We raised lots of money for cancer research, and we always won the party. And the best one was the hippie bus. And the best one was the hippie bus. Okay. It was fun. She and the mission committee also began finding church family volunteers to take the meals at Bethany House, the Spouse Abuse Center, once a month. And that program continues. We are still the only church in this area that does that. In the early 1980s, in an effort to teach our children to share at Christmas, Carol and a couple of other adults began CIA, Children in Action, Christmas shopping. They took our youngsters to shop for gifts, help them wrap the packages, and then deliver them to a homeless shelter that was then here in Somerset. I have many later memories of kids delivering gifts to homes where there would be no Christmas otherwise. The happiness of our kids to share with others, even though invariably it poured the rain and it was cold on the nights we went to deliver. And caroling at Christmas. A lot of you will remember doing caroling at Christmas. Carol always helped organize taking the church kids, and we'd go to nursing homes and the homes of the church member shut-ins. We didn't stay long. Reached out with a few hugs and some off-key songs and lots of heart and lots of smiles. And Carol, along with Kathy Bishop and Jamie Brum and Sherry Hughes, took an idea from a Vernonwood retreat and developed it into Meal Share. Once a month, sharing with our hungry neighbors, we sit down and share a meal. Carol has helped make sure that that program has continued for the last 15 years. And she and our interim pastor then, Pamela Rucker, in 2006, started the Hold You Over boxes to help provide groceries to those in our community who have nowhere else to turn. Carol's been the recording secretary as well as the moderator of the PW Council, the Presbyterian Women's Council, and they make sure that the boxes are ready and filled each month. A willingness to serve, to help, to reach out. That's Carol Troxell. And I'll leave you with a funny, one of her favorite stories. Some of you may remember Mary Ellen Copenhagen. Well, Carol and Mary Ellen Copenhagen were teaching Sunday school for the kids that were 9 and 10 years old. Earth Day, it's been a while ago. Earth Day was just getting started. We talked about much sometime in the early 1990s. And they explained to the kids what the Earth Day was and that everybody should help. They gave the kids trash bags, and they walked us down the street to the Somerset Cemetery so they could pick up the trash around the graves. Soon as the kids were working, there were police cruisers everywhere with lights flashing. Somebody had turned them in for robbing the flowers off the graves.